they sent de Tocqueville over here. Some of you may have read his book, Democracy in America. He came over here on a mission to figure out when we were going to fail. And he came over here and he went native. He came back and he said, the first thing is, it's not going to fail. The second thing is that country is going to go on to be the greatest country in the history of the world. Because of our system that was set up, our belief in freedom, and our limited form of government. And indeed, that's what occurred. You look at certainly periods of strife in there, but you look over the next 150 years, and you saw a march towards wealth and freedom. Now, in the history of the world, there have been rich countries, and there have been free countries, but never in the history of mankind has there ever been at once a country so rich and so free. And today, we're in troubled times. You look around, too many of our neighbors are out of work. Too many. And we have a deficit and a debt right now that is staggering, and it threatens to limit the choices and freedoms of future generations. We have over $13 trillion worth of debt right now. That is hard to even imagine. To give it a sense of perspective, that's about $94,000 per taxpayer. It's about $38,000 or so if you count the kids and everybody, not of age to work. We pay $400 billion a year on nothing but interest payments. Can you imagine the opportunity cost of that? Nothing but interest payments, $400 billion a year. A staggering deficit in the debt. And through, I believe, not malign purposes or intentions, we have over time stepped on our own freedoms. We're encroaching on our own freedoms. And so I believe that we're at a pivotal moment in this election, in 2010. Do we continue down the path towards centralization and dependency? Or do we reject that vision? And do we move back to restore our republic, those founding principles of limited government, right? And the right balance between a federal and a state and a locality. The strength of America, individuals, families, and communities. This is a way of life worth defending. I defended it for 24 years in the United States Army, and I relished every day. And there were some incredible highs in those years. There really were. I felt like in some days I felt like Forrest Gump. I just happened to be at a place that allowed me to see some incredible things. I was there the day that Ronald Reagan said, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall." I was in Berlin serving at the time. I remember thinking, what an incredible, powerful statement. I also didn't think it would happen in my lifetime, or at least anytime soon. And so what I took away from that, my lesson I took away from that, is the power of vision, the power of communication, the power of resolve, buttressed by values. I was there when I was in the sands when we kicked Saddam Hussein out of Kuwait in 1990. I was part of the operation that went up into Iraq and ended up near Al-Nasiriyah. And I was there those first 3 elections in the post-9/11 Iraq, in January, October, and December of 2005, watching the Iraqi people under threat of death come out and defy Al-Qaeda. Amazing. Amazing. Even Iraqis who had differences, significant differences, came out and were proud to show that purple finger. I can't adequately describe what it was like to see that. And sometimes we even take our own vote for granted. And you think about what it means to live free and to have that opportunity to vote. Some tough days too. We lost 2 great Americans in my command in 2005 in Iraq. We've seen the toughest of times. Young guys that would have gone on to incredible lives. One of them right here from New York, over in Cornell. There is nothing we can ever say or do that will fill the hole in that finger. It will never come back. All we can do right now is honor their sacrifice, try to take care of those